Hi friends, so I'm here after quite some time because of essentially the Jupiter retrograde, and it was a heavy purging phase actually, and I feel really good after it's nearly complete. Actually, it completes on 11th March, almost more than a month to go, but really for me I'll be clearing most of the stuff by 15th Feb. Essentially most of the heavy stuff has been cleared, just some minor stuff to be cleared, okay, from the energy field. Now when I talk about clearing stuff, okay, what am I talking about? See, twin flames are one shared soul, okay. So on a higher level, nobody really notes down the small details and fights over it, okay. We gladly take up certain roles we know that are essential for the ascension of the soul. Especially a lot of twin flames have come here at this point to come into physical union, not because they were not in physical union before, because their physical union ascends the planet, because from the process of going from 3D grids in their energetic system to 5D grids in their energetic system, which creates all the physical reality. Because here in India we say everything is Maya, and it's true. We just didn't have so many good teachers to demonstrate it, okay. And that is because of the time. Sorry, you'll have to excuse my throat a little bit, it's part of the purging. So recently there is some talk in the twin flame circles regarding the clearing of the sacral chakra, especially of the divine masculine. And I found myself involved in this clearing where I was helping my divine masculine clear out his stuck sexual energy. Because the reason the sexual energy is stuck and it gets a bit distorted is because of the blockages of the higher chakras, okay. So because he has taken on 3D grids relative to the distorted feminine energy within his grids, the upper chakras have blockages, he has karmics around him, and then of course it creates a distortion in the sacral center, okay. So once you heal the sacral center, it also shows the karmic grid healing, and when the karmic grid heals, of course the upper chakras open up. This is what is known as the soul merge or the alchemical merge. But we are not at that level as yet, but it was still a very deep and powerful cleansing for my divine masculine, and I felt it. So it took a lot of energy from my energy field, and which is why my energy is a bit low these days, and I got a little bit of a cough, okay. So anyways, today's topic is about why the divine masculine awakens only after the divine feminine completes the inner union, okay. So we have to understand one thing, friends, that twin flame union does not happen in the 3D grids. When I mean grids, I'm talking about energetic structures, I'm talking about Merkaba. Because 3D, third dimension, is a realm of polarity where the twin flame Merkaba is separated, okay. In a healthy state, twin flames are higher dimensional beings. They each have one unique separate Merkaba, divine feminine Merkaba, divine masculine Merkaba, and they have a shared Merkaba, which is the third energy field, which is very, very powerful. And the power multiplies if you are a monadic twin flame versus a split twin flames. But in this video, I'm just going to talk mostly about split twin flames, why the divine masculine awakens only after the divine feminine creates her inner union. The fact is the divine masculine is really not having the necessary freedom, because the divine masculine is bound in karmic social grades and karmic relationship grades, personal grades, okay. So the karmic programming is a bondage. It's almost like black magic. Okay, it is black magic because black magic is a very general term, but karma is black magic. If karma is inserted into a soul, or if it's the soul's own karma, then that is black magic. In today's society, we also have a lot of belief systems that enable you to take on somebody else's karma, okay, because it is considered cruel to let people experience their stuff. But this is exactly what we are doing in the twin flame journey. We are giving the divine masculine space. We are ascending, we are dealing with our karmic stuff, and like, okay, I am good, and then now he has to deal with his stuff, and we pull our energy back, okay, because we teach the divine masculine responsibility, okay, and self-empowerment. And also doing something for others implies that you don't really believe in them. So if you believe in them, then you allow them their space, their time, but you never stop being their divine feminine. What do I mean? As your divine feminine, as your role, your responsibility as a divine feminine is to create the inner union. Okay, once you create the inner union, your kundalini energy stays risen in the crown chakra, which means his kundalini shakti activates, which means he starts clearing out his karmics. All the karmics that you complain about, even if it is his job situation or his friends or his girlfriends or relationship or marriage or whatever kind of karmics, is because you are incompetent. I repeat, you are incompetent. So incompetency equals to divine masculine's karmics. Why? Because I'm saying it as it is, so that you remember. Okay, so I am incompetent, that's why DM has karmics. Yes, because if you were divine feminine, if your energy was in the crown chakra, of course you would be in 5D, you would be in the Shakti form, and your divine masculine's kundalini would be awakened, and he would be a divine masculine. So you have to blame your own incompetency and not your divine masculine situation, because you see, to fulfill the kind of role that divine masculine is, takes a lot of divine feminine energy, takes a lot of Shakti. So you have to create the inner union. So reality of the matter is the divine masculine is waiting for the divine feminine to create the inner union and blast out his karmic grids and clear out his karmic grids. That gets rid of all the karmic situations. They just fall down like ticks, but you need kundalini for it. Otherwise the ticks are going to get inside the flesh and eat him up, and it's going to affect your energy as well. Okay, so you have to take the kundalini to the crown chakra. You have to do the energy clearing work, you have to do the polarity work. You have to clear out polarity in your system and get back to fifth dimension and higher dimensions, which is a dimension of singularity. Because see, if you are in this dimension of polarity and pain and karma, in karma you are never powerful. In karma you are codependent. In karma you are like a donkey with weight on your back. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to first clear out the karma. Okay, clear out all the bondages. Okay, become a liberated soul, and then act in the world. Then get married, then have kids, then have career. I think personally that's something that I prefer, but that's not always possible with everyone. Especially it's not possible with the divine masculine. He clears the karma by essentially taking the beating of the world. Okay, taking the negativity from the karmics essentially, and they are like really eating each other's energy up. Okay, so the divine feminine has it much easier, where she can not really, because then there are other entities also trying to create problems in the reunion of the twin flame, because it will help Mother Earth ascend. And they don't even know why they are bothering twins, because they are essentially controlled by negativity, okay, at the subconscious and unconscious levels. So let's come back to the topic, why divine masculine awakens at the only when divine feminine shifts to 5D, when she creates the inner union, is because that's when he is free. his soul is free. Kundalini clears out all the karmic grids from his system. He is free and now he's powerful. And now he's in his divine masculine form. And now he can live up to your expectations. The problem is, when he's like a donkey with so much karmic weight on his back, he cannot live up to your expectations. Okay, because first of all, he is having those karmic contracts to clear. But if you can take your Kundalini to the crown chakra and be something called competent, you have to be competent. Okay, incompetent people don't make it. So once you become competent, then you have the right to have expectations. That's why they say don't have expectations on the twin flame journey. Not because you're not supposed to have expectations. You are supposed to have expectations, but only for the deserving ones. Your DM will fulfill the expectations, but only if you deserve it. Only if you are strong enough to keep the Kundalini in union with the Shiva consciousness or the divine masculine consciousness in the crown chakra, then all expectations will be fulfilled, not just by a twin but by the entire existence. Your entire existence becomes love. Why? Just because you turned out to be competent. So that is what is lacking today, competency. We have so many twin flame coaches, so much information out there, but still people are saying that I am in my union, and they are just having a spurts of Kundalini awakening and they are claiming they are in union. Union is when there is no polarity in the system. Union of masculine and feminine is that sacred geometry of the Merkaba. Union of masculine and feminine is when there is no energy leakage. And guess what will happen when there is no energy leakage? The Kundalini stays up in the crown chakra. Then what happens? Your DM, who is the unconscious mind projected outwards, receives that energy and he becomes Superman. Okay, once he becomes Superman, he just like cleans out all the karmic energies from his energy field. Okay, and of course he offers them gratitude because they put up with him after all. Okay, when nobody else could and you couldn't. So they essentially saved you from a version of him that would probably harm you. Okay, so he drives them out ultimately. He thanks them, but he still drives them out because their role is over, and then he is capable of fulfilling your expectations because you finally you understood that you have to become competent and then have expectations. Okay, so this is the reason for 8 years I went on this journey just to become competent. I didn't care about my twin, didn't take many psychic readings. Okay, I made some friends, and if they gave me some guidance, I accepted it because it is something that came organically. And even now I don't want to take psychic guidance because I'm focused on becoming competent and taking my energy to the crown chakra and creating the hero scammers, which is the inner union, which means no energy leakages, which means an ascended Kundalini. That's why it is called Kundalini Ascension. It is not called Kundalini starting to ascend. Kundalini starting to ascend happens when you meet your twin. And most of the people are not really twin flames. Okay, most of the twin flames are not really twin flames. And so they are sharing all wrong information. Do you know what is the meaning of singularity? It means the activation of the Sushumna channel. It means a shift to density 2, what some teachers are calling density 2, which is a high dimension. It is the new earth. There are many people on the new earth. It's coexisting. It's a set of timelines, personal timelines based in new earth, collective timelines connected to new earth. Your divine masculine gave you this gift. There is nothing more you could ask for. Nothing is greater than getting out of prison. Nothing is greater than getting rid of the energy cords that are leeching of your energy. First thing, in reality, I was in survival mode because When you are in this hellhole, you have to be in survival mode. When you are in matrix, you have to be in survival mode. Your entire nervous system is in survival mode, even if you are not. Okay, because once you get out of the matrix, you understand what is non-survival mode. Okay, because your nervous system relaxes, your parasympathetic nervous system comes online. You get me? That is liberation, that is freedom, that is mukti, that is jivan mukti, that is mukti from parasites, that is safety, that is the grounding of the divine feminine. When your parasympathetic nervous system activates, you have a strong center, you're grounded in the present, and you're able to hold this energy, and you're able to build it, and you're able to deflect negativity. They cannot anchor onto your field, because by virtue of the energy not leakaging, by virtue of energy not leaking, I mean to say, your energy increases, right? And then you keep ascending. And when you ascend, the negativity is not able to get up to the higher dimensions, because they have blockages relative to the divine masculine inside their energy field. So their Merkaba is like scrambled egg, so they can't ascend. Okay, so the most important thing besides having food, clothes and shelter is liberation of your energy. Okay, and then you go on this journey, you become something called competent, and then you start looking towards your DM. Now you're worthy. Okay, and once you complete the karmic clearing polarity work, okay, and you activate the Sushumna and Kundalini, then your DM receives the energy, he becomes strong, he clears out his karmic grids, and he awakens. So this is the story. It's very simple. But the problem is, it has not been actualized by a lot of people. You see, there are very few people who have activated the Merkaba, very few people who have activated the Sushumna Nadi. Okay, they talk about seeing numbers like 369, 696, 1111. You start seeing these repeated numbers when you activate the Sushumna. And some people say after we come into union, we stop feeling our DM, we stop seeing these numbers. No, I don't agree with that. Okay, so I was saying, some people are saying that after you come into inner union, you become something like a soul flame. See, no matter how many names people create for the twin flame, I prefer to stick with twin flame, because there are two people, two physical bodies, and there is one flame. That's why twin flames. Okay, and even after they come into union, they become enlightened twin flames. So they are enlightened, they are unified, but they are still two bodies, because if your part of your energy is projecting into 3D, then there has to be duality. Okay, there has to be polarity, but it is not the kind of stuck polarity, where you're stuck in the 3D and repeating this death process. Okay, so it's not that kind of a 3D, but it is an integrated 3D, integrated, so the 3D is integrated with 5D, is integrated with 7D, is integrated with all the geometric dimensional structures inside your energetic field. Okay, so you are projecting all these projections at different levels, your soul bodies are in alignment. This journey, it takes a long while. It doesn't get over in 1 year or 3 years. Why? Because it is, unless you're a monadic twin flame and you're already integrated. If you're a split twin flame, this journey is going to take more than 5 years. Okay, because you cannot raise the Kundalini from root to crown chakra in 3 years. Whoever's telling you that is just talking about helping you clear out some blockages. In 3 years you can clear out some blockages, you can balance your chakras, but to raise the Kundalini to the crown chakra and activate the Sushumna and be in this inner union where the energy is moving up through the central channel and not through any one channel. Okay, so there is no polarity, you are that one soul again. It takes more than 3 years. Can take 5 years, can take 7 years, can take 10 years, okay? Because this is ascension. This is the healing of your physical body, your pranic body, your astral body, your mental body, your emotional body, your causal body, okay? This is the healing and complete understanding of your soul, okay? It will take quite some years, okay? Because it's the journey of liberation. And for a normal person, Kundalini ascension is a journey of liberation. But for twin flames, it is a mission. It's a mission of restoring the divine union codes. Twin flame come here to create the codes of the union of the Shiva and Shakti, Heroes Gamos. And Heroes Gamos is not a joke where the Kundalini just rises and the next day it falls down. It is not a joke. It is not that easy. It takes a lot of shadow healing work. It takes a lot of metaphysical work. Okay, if your chakras are activated and then you're telling the whole world, my crown chakra got activated. My crown chakra got activated 8 years ago, but it's not about activation. It is about integration and the union of energy and consciousness. So activating the crown chakra is the first step. It is not Heroes Gamos. But you see, this is the 3D world. There are all kinds of teachings around. People claim that chakra activation is inner union. Chakra activation is not inner union. It is the first baby step of inner union. Then you have to go on an entire journey to raise the energy into crown chakra. When all your chakras are balanced, that is inner union. Okay, just activating chakras and activating Kundalini is the start, not the end, not Heroes Gamos. Heroes Gamos is a very sacred term, okay? And once you achieve that level, you are not in the matrix projection. And this is how I'd like to close today's video. The divine masculine awakens only when the divine feminine achieves her inner union or Heroes Gamos or the Shiv Shakti union, because that shifts the divine feminine into a non-karmic dimension. And within 1 year or 1.5 year max, very quickly, the divine masculine also shifts into a non-karmic dimension. And this is something very, very mystical. What's a non-karmic dimension? In which negative energies don't exist, in which everything looks the same but it's not the same. It just has more purity to it, has more love to it, has more unity to it. You know, that's when you make the shift to density 2, you realize what Maya is. You realize how you are projecting negative versions of people because of the polarity karmic residue that's inside you. So friends, this is the main reason. Only when the divine feminine shifts the soul to density 2 or 5D and higher dimensions, and that also shifts the twin flame soul, which causes his awakening. And then the union happens in higher dimensions, because twin flames are high dimensional beings and is just waiting for you to come to a point of competency. Once you're competent, you are allowed to have expectations, okay? Before that, just work on yourself, build that life. I know these things are not easy to hear, but once you hear them, they are good to remember. You know, you can remember what I tell you, because I tell it to you in such a beautifully crafted way that your ego doesn't forget. Right? Your ego is important. It's important for the ego to remember certain things very well. So once you do your task for which your divine masculine is waiting to create the inner union, to create the shift. So I was saying कि once the divine feminine, okay, reaches a certain level all right, where she can shift the one soul into a higher density. Okay, that is when DM awakens, because now it's safe a little bit in heaven. Okay, it is safe for the masculine to awaken in heaven. You see, this is a matrix, this is a hell. So if any divine energy incarnates in hell, the attacks happen, right? Because this is the hell matrix. So you can't be in the hell matrix, be plugged into it and come into your divine form. You know, in hell matrix, you have to, work according to the hell rules. So first you exit, and who does the work of ascending the soul to heavenly dimension? The divine feminine, and divine masculine is waiting for you. So all your stories of him rejecting you and triggering you and all, is just your it's because of your incompetency. You do your role, no, as a divine feminine. You do your role as a divine feminine priest and become competent, then have expectations, then judge your DM. If you yourself are in hell and you expect him to be divine masculine, no, he awakens after you take the shared soul to a higher dimension. Okay, that's why divine masculine awakens after the divine feminine becomes competent and shifts both their souls. Of course, he goes through a separate awakening, but you are the fuel. Your kundalini in the crown is his kundalini rising up his spine. Okay, so you are the fuel. So once you come into your Shakti form, divine masculine rises. Okay, and this rising doesn't happen in hell. You have to first get to density 2. Okay, so this is a very mystical journey of heroes, Kamos, Shiva Shakti union. Always happens in Kailash. Kailash is 5th dimension. Okay, doesn't happen on earth. All right, so be competent. All right, and once you achieve to that level of competency, then you are allowed to have expectations. And that is why the divine masculine awakens after the divine feminine shifts the shared soul to density 2. Alright. So friends, if you need any consultation session with me, you can book a consultation session. Alright. I also have a workshop on sacred sexuality. If you are interested in sacred sexuality, to know the inner secrets of sacred sexuality, because once you understand sacred sexuality, you also understand extending your lifespan, okay, and controlling the aging process, right? So you can contact me for sessions. You can contact me for any queries on the twin flame path. You can contact me if you want to do a one-on-one workshop in sacred sexuality. All right. So bye for now, friends, and I hope the truth gives you strength to break free from all the false illusions that are draining your emotional energy. The reason I come on so strong is because I care about your heart not draining that emotional energy. If you are in illusions and if you have the right expectations at the wrong time, then you start to feel emotional pain, and if you start to feel emotional pain, your energy drains and your frequency drops and you get into lower levels of reality. Okay, we are working on exiting the matrix. We are working on ascending to higher levels of reality. For that, you have to learn to protect your energy, and to protect your energy, you have to protect your emotional mental bodies, your energetic bodies, and for that you have to get out of false illusory belief systems. Nobody tells you these things, that you are getting to hear from here. They are actually validating your sense of hurt and disappointment and feeling abandoned and all, but they never tell you that you have to get to a level of competency first, because there is a structure to everything. Okay, you have to honor the structure, and like a 5-year-old cannot say, make me the administrator of this area. You have to get to that level of age. Okay, you have to have that education, and you have to get your kundalini into crown chakra likewise, and then have the expectation of the divine masculine awakening, because crown chakra is your divine masculine. Okay, if you don't supply the energy, then he remains in a dead state. Okay, and he starts running on the ancestral programming. Whatever ancestry he's incarnated in, he's just like a AI system, okay, running on the ancestral programming. So bye for now, friends, and I'll see you again next time with something very interesting like this.